On this eLearning, we'll be talking about auto backups in Wise Option. The Wise Option auto backup is a copy of the database created on the first login of the day. It happens daily on the first login. Every time somebody logs into Wise Option, we create a copy of the database before you get started working. The main purpose for this event is support assistance. So we have a go back point that we could use and go to the first hour of the day in case something goes wrong. This is literally a backup file that we place on your main computer or server. However, it's important to notice that the file that we create, it stays on the main computer or server. That's why we also recommend that you have an off-site backup tool such as Carbonite, and we have other e-learnings explaining about that. A fresh login is required, so it doesn't work if you leave your Wise Option open overnight and just keep the program running without logging off and logging in again. So on and off on your login are required for the auto backup to run. And a frequent question is, what is the difference between the auto backup and the go back point backup in Wise Option? So we're going to do some demo here so you can check that. Like we said, log on, log off, log on, it's required for the auto backup run. If you use just the switch user option, you will see that the auto backup happens right away. And right after that, you're going to receive a message that prompts on your screen confirming that the auto backup has been completed successfully. The file stays on your main computer like we said, and if you go to our Wise Option folder on the main computer or server, there's a subfolder called Backup, and over there you will find the auto backup files 1 through 7. The reason it is 1 through 7 is because we back up the 7 days of the week, or the last 7 days that you use the program. And the difference between the go back point and the auto backup is basically this. The auto backup file just go from 1 through auto backup number 7. When we hit the day number 8, it's going to overwrite day number 1, and it keeps in this loop, always maintaining only the 7 last auto backup files. Whereas the go back point is actually a unique file that will be kept in your system for archive purposes. It's a good practice, especially on a billing day, that you do a go back point before you're getting started. So we're going to have a copy of that data as long as you keep the file in your system or in a outside media such as a DVD or external hard drive. Next, we're going to take a look at how to use the settings in the auto backup. You go to Tools and Options, and you have the Backup tab, where you can click on the button. This operation has to be performed on the server, on the main computer. And when you click on the set location, Wise Option will learn the place where the backup folder for Wise Option is. You can disable the daily auto backup over here if you have already a backup routine on your own SQL Server agent. So you could use that instead. Usually users will perform a backup late night through the SQL agent, but this is a more advanced use. If you don't, please do not disable the auto backup because it's a pretty good asset we have when providing support to our users. If you do have an SQL agent and you want to perform your auto backups manually or through the agent, just simply disable the auto backup, and the first user logging in the system will no longer see the auto backup option. This is a pretty good option in case you want to keep using. If you want to keep using the go back point option in our system and deactivate. If you want to disable simply the auto backup, that's a good option. This way the auto backup will not run on a daily basis. However, if you go to the database tool, you will still be able to use the create go back point from the tools and database tools options, as well as from the billing management checklist, where the first option in the list is to create auto backup. So today we learned how to use and how to set up the WISE option auto backup.